welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector Podcast, a 6040 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I'm Alex Midway, and we have a special little shout out before we get into the game that we just started last week. It's ladies' night here at JWSP.
Absolutely. Everyone here at 6040 Productions would love to wish a very happy Taco Tuesday to Amazing Falcon 276. Evidently, last week I said, no worries, women are definitely not listening to this podcast. So Amazing Falcon chimed in, checked her equipment downstairs, and turns out we have at least one.
It was quite the comment as I was browsing the section. I'm like, I saw that on there, and it definitely made me chuckle, and I posted up about that. So thank you to Amazing Falcon 276.
Yep. And anytime you're in Arizona, hit us up and I don't know, we'll hit a Taco Tuesday or something.
So we got a lot of things to get into. Our president's Jesus now and yada, yada, yada. But let's start it off with who said it and the context. I know what America is. America is a thing you can move easily. Move it in the right direction. They won't get in our way. And even if they say something, so then they say something. So what? 80% of Americans support us. It's absurd.
80% of Americans support. I'm going to guess this is Luigi Mangione?
No. This is Bibi Netanyahu back in 2001.
Okay, yeah, sounds about right.
He then goes on to say how he manipulated the Oslo Accords and yada, yada, yada. You can definitely find one of those videos. The other one where it's him calling America golden calf and milking it for everything it's worth, that actually has been debunked. So that one's not true. But this video was taken in a little small, like it was a sit down with an Israeli family, and he's just casually talking. He's like, we'll move them wherever we want. Like, it happens. Like, Jesus H.
Well, I'm glad he's over that and is just now going with, we'll just level it and kill everyone there. No moving needed.
Did you hear what's it called? He did an update like on TV. He's like, yeah. And J.D. Vance informed me what's going on. He's like, yeah, the administration also tells me every day what's going on. I'm like, buddy, they report to you?
Yeah. They've given me my daily briefings. You're like, who is this guy?
We do daily briefings in Netanyahu. We set up blockades. Russia runs past it. We do one over in Iran. China just blows past it. Like, I don't know. You guys can go. It's against other people.
Yeah, never. I still don't know exactly how we got to the point where we're paying for our own supervillain, but here we are.
We just gave $6 billion to Iran as far as oil funds, but Barack Hussein Obama and such.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe. Anywho.
So, we got a lot of things to get into. The usual is Tesla ticker, 345 last week, 364 today. And it's because UBS upgraded the stock rating, and there's a couple things wrong with it. I'm not even going to get into the whole thing about UBS and how they used to help out people who sell drugs, wash their money, but we don't have time for that. The upgrade, when you hear like UBS upgraded the rating, they upgraded it from sell to hold. So it's not like they said, hey, this is a good deal. They said, hey, man, just don't sell it. You can hold on to it. It's fallen far enough.
Cool. Like guys, don't treat the cancer. Don't try and cut it off. Let's just sit on it and see what happens.
Like, this toxic stock is already bad enough. It's like, but the whole thing about it is like, it doesn't make sense why they said what they said. Is they upgraded the stock, but they also wrote in the same like breath, like, we don't see how Elon's going to be able to scale the whole robo-taxi thing. And the assessment that they wrote about the robot as well, it's completely different from what Musk said. Like, they went into the factory, they took a look at the data, and they're like, yeah, man, it's we don't see how this is going to happen, but I don't know, high risk, high reward, I guess.
And it almost sounds like you're saying this is one of those things where they went to go report on the richest man on earth, saw no reason to have like a silver lining or like a sunny end of the tunnel, and still ended up with like, I don't know, everything seems great. I wonder what his number one resource is and how that may affect somebody and telling you how great their company is.
Like when they're all out there just judging the like man gets hit in the groin to football, like the championship, and Krusty comes out like, let's just say that movie moved me to a bigger house. Like, it's the same thing right there.
Yeah, so I feel like this just proves the stock market is a giant scam.
Well, they actually cited their math. But the
Oh,
downside is, like, when you show your work, it becomes even crazier. So they're like, all right, it's 2026. We're what, 4 months into it? Using 150 times price per earning ratio, UBS calculates the stock is currently pricing at $2.33 of 2027's earnings per share. That compares to UBS's own estimates of 235 and a consensus of 247. So suggesting that the stock is no longer dramatically stretched relatively to what the bank expects. Can you guess what current profits to earning ratio for Tesla is?
all right. Just give me 1 sec here because I'm not the math guy.
Uh-huh.
So current price is $2.33 a share.
No, it's profits to earnings.
Profits to earnings. Okay.
Correct.
So right now it's $2.33.
No. That's what they estimated. Like, this is, they went behind the curtain of the wizard thing. This is in 2027. They're using data from 2027 to justify current price because they are predicting what current price will do in 2027, which is, I don't know, math guy, 8 months away from now at the earliest.
Okay, so they weren't impressed by what they saw under the hood.
Yes.
So now they're projecting it for 8 months later to be like,
Yes.
no, just hold on to it. It's good.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then why didn't you just say it? This is clearly not a scam. I
Like,
hate this.
They looked at today's numbers like, well, these aren't going to work. Like, why don't we just pitch what it's going to do in 2027? Like, buddy, we're not even Christmas in July yet. Like, I don't know, still do it.
That's weird because my completely fictitious accountants are predicting it somewhere around $1.07 in 2031. So, I mean, who's the liar?
Well, you're not UBS, so that's them. But again, we're looking at 150 times price per earning ratio that they're looking at 2027. Tell me right now what you think the price per earnings ratio that Tesla sits at currently.
Currently.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say $2.90.
Well, we're looking at the amount of times you have to multiply that 290. Currently, you multiply that 150. What are you currently multiplying it now?
I don't know. 1,000.
Well, that was actually the high point for them. At their highest point back in 2020, they were at 1,120 multiplier. Currently, they're only at 350 times.
Okay, all right. Again, I suck at this. He's the one who's done research. Are you telling me we're using like Powerball multipliers to see? Yeah, now see if you white trash it down to me to lotto tickets. Now we're talking. Okay, we're using a multiplier.
So essentially, what you do is you look at a company.
Value.
Yeah, you look at a company, you see what they make. You're like, all right, their profits to earnings are this much. This is how much they make in profit, and this is how much they earn off each tchotchke. Like, we think this is a super awesome tchotchke. So most companies will operate at between 20 to 60 times. Tesla is currently operating at 352, has operated as high as 1,100 multiplier Powerball, and they are figuring right now the reason to say to hold Tesla stock is because in 2027 they expect him to make a lot more money, and it'll only be 150 times, which again is still higher than most stock, even in the AI sector.
So they weren't impressed with what they have under the hood, but they are expecting them to make more money based on this multiplier.
We don't like the current numbers, but we're going to look into the future because we're so see things in the future.
Okay, I understand now. And as the new stock market wizard of this podcast, pull everything you have out of Tesla and put it in Mega Millions, something a little bit safer.
Yeah, so that's our update to you on the what's happening with Tesla. In case you're wondering if this whole thing's a scam.
Well, this makes me want to kill myself. Do we have any good news?
Well, the benefit is Germany and Ukraine have announced a strategic defense partnership. And they're, what's it called? Kiev is asking for Patriot missiles. Berlin's asking for combat data and information on how to make their own drones. Meanwhile, our fearless leaders talking about how Ukraine sucks. They don't do anything. Meanwhile, Zelensky's out there signing with Germany, UAE, and other Arab nations currently like, hey man, Ukraine knows what they're doing. We're going to talk to them.
Not to mention sending Ukrainians out that we begged them to come show us how to deal with drones.
Did you see the articles? It was I forgot what it was. Like they had the guy blacked out, but he's like, yeah, man. He's like, they're like, yeah, Hegseth said the base was fortified. He's like, not at all.
Yeah. Oh, like they left us out to dry.
Yeah. Like, yeah, maybe said the rockets are coming, all clear, like yada yada yada. I'm typing away on my laptop, and next thing you know, my buddy's in pieces.
Also, they didn't let any of our ships know this might be happening while we were already in that strait when we started bombing Iran.
I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, the enemy won't know what you're doing next. Art of a deal, baby.
Just pulls a gun out, shoots him in the foot, shoots himself in the foot, like, ha, didn't see that coming.
What's the one meme? It's a turtle and there's a scorpion on the back and it just stings him and he's like, why did you sting me? Now we're both gonna die. He's like, Trump 2028, libtard.
It's a frog, yes.
100%. Oh, there it is. Way to work on a turtle.
Okay.
Going back over Easter, Russia and Ukraine, they both wanted to have a 72-hour truce, like Zelensky suggested about a week ago. And Putin was like, okay, we have it. And they said on Thursday, and it didn't take long because Ukraine said Russia broke it 2,299 times, and Russia said Ukraine broke theirs 1,971 times. And honestly, those numbers are pretty close. And for a country that was supposed to get beaten up in 3 days to swing as much as Russia, I'd say that's a W.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm still just continuously impressed with how good Zelensky is for being an actor. The only 2 times we've ever put an actor into office, one destroyed all unions and put us on trickle down, and well, the other one started World War III. So,
but what's it called? His wife had a first in the history of this office. No one else had to hold a presser and say, I did not diddle kids.
Yeah, but have we ever seen Zelensky's wife naked spread eagle? So
no, you're not supposed to. Call me old-fashioned.
Call me old-fashioned. I can't believe Jill Biden's calling herself a doctor, even though she's not a medical doctor. Also, here's Melania's box.
Also, she's out here like, I have never known this pattern. He's like, yeah, you did. He's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, she pissed off her friend that they let get deported, and now she's ready to either tell all or accidentally fall down an elevator shaft.
It's gonna be more coming out on that one. But let's go back to the land of open elevator shafts and see what Dmitry Peskov has to say. Sustainable peace can come when we secure our interests and achieve the goals we set out from the start. This can be done literally today, but Zelensky must accept these well-known solutions. So again, negotiating 101. We invade you, we then tell you we want everything, and you're the one stopping peace from happening by you're saying, like, yeah, these don't work for us. He's like, well, that sucks to be you.
Yeah, this is, I don't know. I feel like you can't call it a negotiation when there's not give on either side. This is one of those, what did we give Iran? This is a unanimous
ultimatum?
Surrender, or it's kick rocks.
Yeah. Like, Zelensky's out there. He's like, I'll give up. What do you want me to give up now? Fine, let's do this. And like, let's end this war. And Putin's like, I now want more land. Like, mother effer.
You know, luckily for us, we have a real estate developer team over there negotiating peace. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Old kiss of death Vance over there, but we'll get to him later. But big FU to the World Aquatics organization is Russian and Belarusian athletes will be allowed to compete under their national flags at international swimming and aquatic sports is what they ended up saying. We are determined to ensure the pools and open water remain places where athletes from all nations can come together in a peaceful competition. Like, come on, man. You can't just pretend like everything is fine. Like, Ukraine's getting hit in civilian infrastructure, like, but inside the pool, that's a safe space.
I don't know. Maybe this is a great time for Ukraine to just swim over into the other lane and start drowning people. Just fight dirty back. Who cares?
Like, I mean, like, these organizations, like, I don't get what they're doing. Like, the Olympics came out, and I mean, we talked about the Ukrainian skeleton racer Vladislav Hiraskevich, and he literally had a helmet of people who were unable to make it to the Olympics because they got rocket attacked or they had to go to the front lines to defend themselves. And then the Olympics are like, yeah, we're going to let the Paralympic athletes rock their flags all day. Like, you know how those guys became Paralympic athletes? Like, they went to Ukraine and met a drone real quick. Like, don't tell me they're there as a neutral people. Like, eat a just
Yeah. Honestly, I get it. That sucks. But at the same time, F the Olympics. Evidently, I'm the minority here. I could not possibly care less about the Olympics.
Completely disagree. Like the Olympics, I love the opening ceremonies. I love the closing ceremonies. I'll tune in to the stuff on there as well, especially if it's in the same time zone as Arizona. Like, I'm not a psycho where I'll just watch it like nonstop, but the opening and closing ceremonies are always fun to watch, and it's kind of cool to see everybody from the world.
Yeah, it literally does nothing for me. And again, I understand I am the minority in this one. My fiance, we had a giant blowout fight over the Olympics. She was so excited. I did not know this. And I was like, oh, that's dumb. And buddy, I lit a fuse that I could not contain before it exploded.
Does he share the same fire that you have for WrestleMania, though?
First off, if you're going to mention it, you will say it with reverence and zeal.
Yeah, that's your hill to die on. It's like, that's a real event.
You show me a 45-minute three-way fist fight at the Olympics, I'll tune in. You show me a belt that spins, I'll get it. Until then, you can take your little golden medals and drown yourselves with them.
Fair enough. Like, I just wanted to put it in perspective, like what your sports are and what the world believes in sports.
Buddy, I just told everybody to dump Tesla stock and buy lottery tickets. Don't ever listen to me for anything. These are just my opinions. I'm not Fox telling you it's fact.
No one should listen to us for advice. That's our excuse in court, just like Fox.
Yeah, exactly. This is satire.
One
It would be
thing
nice if we could stop having to use the word allegedly.
One thing we don't do about a satire on here is we do need to go over and talk about the election over in Hungary, where Peter Magyar actually won, and the biggest surprise is the fact that Orban conceded. I did not think that was going to happen, but it actually happened election night, so which is wild. And put it in perspective, this is what happens when 74%, and some people are reporting almost 80% of a registered population shows up. In the U.S., we have about 73% of the entire country registered, and last election, the one that was we all have seen the results now, about 65% show up. Like 20 million people looked at the whole thing and said, nah, I'm good. Let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, I was genuinely shocked that Orban conceded. I still don't get it. I still don't think it's over, because I think he still has a few weeks left before he has to leave, right?
Correct. Peter's actually trying to get into office as soon as May 5th. But it's not like this month.
Well, I don't know how you say January 6th in Hungarian, but something tells me this isn't as peacefully just going to stop as we all think.
Yeah, I mean, so far, I didn't even think right now, off the jump he would concede, and he actually did. So, off to a good start. Is it in the bag yet? Not even close.
Yeah, I still have something's brewing. I did see a news report where they talked to a bunch of Orban supporters, and they were walking around like in shock. And they're like, I don't understand. And like, buddy, you just lost 80-20. And they're just like, I just don't understand it. So I have a feeling we're going to start hearing about something about the Starlink system. And, there's going to be something happening there. Fires will be set.
It might be, but I mean, some of the stuff that I saw, people in Budapest were partying until 4 a.m. You don't usually party like that after election, but that should show you something. Peter Magyar's party, the TISA party, took 53% of a vote, and they have about 138 out of 199 seats. Fidesz party, and they collapsed at 38% of the vote. So it's off by about, let's say, 15 to 20%, and all they got was about 55 seats, which they had 135 before. So it's not just a win, it's a big old win. The way that they do it over in Hungary, and it's one of the things I found out, it's you don't actually vote for the president, you kind of vote for the party, and whoever's leading that party, it then takes charge. And the way that they do it is first past the post, similar to how we do it here. Again, we don't have the time to go with what first past the post is, but just understand in a two-party system, when you get 53% of the vote, but then you control 60 some, almost 70% of the seats. That's kind of how that works. If you want, you can Google it, look more into it, write us something. I'll be more than happy to explain it.
Yeah, either way, he's gone, which clears the way for a whole bunch of stuff, including new sanctions and military aid for the EU. And honestly, cannot wait to see how this shakes out.
We're going to get in more into them. I mean, and one of the things I do want to kind of talk about is find out who exactly Peter Magyar is. Back in the day, he did start out as a fan of Orban, and that's because the Fidesz party actually translates to Alliance of Young Democrats. It's kind of like a little acronym that they wrote it down, but it was founded in 1988. And that's kind of around the time when the Berlin Wall went down. So current Putin's biggest sympathizers was originally a liberal anti-communist.
I feel like this, from the drastic change that happened afterwards, it's either something like really personal to him happened, or somebody figured out how to make a ton of money.
So something personal did happen. The way he actually propelled up was, well, first, a little bit of a backstory. He was married to Judith Varga back in 2019, and she became Hungary's Minister of Justice. They divorced in 2023, but they said something about their politics was behind it. He also ended up recording his wife without her consent when she was talking about possible government interference in a corruption case. And in 2024 is when this kind of came to light. It turned out that the Fidesz party's president, and yeah, another thing I found out is they also have a president and a PM. The PM wields all the power. The president's kind of a figurehead. Similar to what we do here a lot is apparently the party president pardoned a former official convicted of covering up abuse at an underage boys at a state-run home. And at this point, like, he ended up releasing the video, and he started coming out there, and he was talking about like how this should not be happening.
Fair point. Sounds like he's here to protect the children.
Yeah, like, so he broke up with his wife, but his wife was she was in charge of the Minister of Justice, kind of like the Pam Bondi, but one that's qualified for it. And like one of his famous quotes down there that he said, like, it's a party, so he doesn't want to be part of a system where the real culprits hide behind women's skirts. Like, he didn't like the fact, like, his wife got scapegoated. Katalin Novak was the actual president of the party. She also had to resign along with his ex-wife. So he wasn't a fan of that. And that's kind of where he raced to prominence. He went ahead and, instead of forming a new party, kind of like when Trump said he's doing the Lion Party, this guy found like an old, abandoned one. He's like, I don't know, TISA. And that translates to Respect and Freedom Party. He's like, let's do this. And he ran on that, went viral, and that's how he got into politics.
Yeah. Good for him. Nice to know we're not the only country pardoning child predators, but seems like it bothered him a little bit more than it does us over here.
Yeah. I mean, the fact, like, he did it right. Like, the fact that they just blamed the two women and like, oh, you guys suck, and they had to retire. Like, hey, man, like, they're not the ones at fault here. Like, that order came down from higher, so it makes sense, but one question to you. Do you know what Magyar translates to in English?
I do not.
What do you think the perfect, like, candidate to be president of America would be named?
Donald Justice Trump.
Well, second best. If it had to be second best, I think Johnny America sounds about as American as you can get. And I bring that up because Magyar literally means Hungary. His name is Peter Hungary, and he's now the PM of Hungary.
Johnny America would be an incredible name, and I feel like before Street Fighter II named the character Guile, it was something very similar before they changed it.
Like, Johnny America is about as American as you can get.
Oh, no, and you know what? Good for him. I hope to God he doesn't rape kids or, start trying to sell people on trickle down.
Well, he is kind of a mixed bag, is one thing they did come out. His party orientation is kind of like right, but it's not like Putin friendly. It's like they say it's mid-right. he campaigned on getting corruption out of Hungary, but he's not going to like reinstate the Pride campaign or exactly stump for Ukraine nearly as much as people imagine he would. He's kind of the main thing he ran on is getting rid of corruption. But I mean, so far he's come out, he said the right things, and again, time will tell. But best of luck to him.
Well, I was really excited about this, but now I've just described somebody who changed parties and is running on Drain the Swamp. Not gonna lie, a little worried. If you tell me this guy hosted a reality show, you're gonna hurt my feelings.
He does have any of that. But a lot of so far, like he's got some shine to him. A lot of European leaders have went ahead and came out, and they pretty much have a lot of messages for him. Like, hey man, you're doing great. You're doing great. One thing that like he hasn't heard is from either like Donald Trump, who said we're gonna bail out Hungary. Again, we don't have money for SNAP benefits, but he said we would bail out Hungary if Orban won, and Orban still got killed by a landslide. And again, I alluded, kiss of death of J.D. Vance over there, who campaigned hard for Orban, met the Pope, and also, what's the other thing? Oh, yeah, he showed up at the Iran negotiations, which also fell apart.
Yeah, well, we watched him fail miserably at ordering donuts, so maybe we'll let him just defuse World War III.
Like, I don't know, whatever the normal ones are.
Heading back stateside, last week in Ontario, California, Kamel Abdul Karim went ultra-viral, allegedly, for torching a Kimberly-Clark warehouse. A video was posted on Chanel's, allegedly, TikTok saying, if they're not going to pay us enough to effing live or afford to live, at least pay us enough not to do this S. And then he allegedly lit a pallet of Scott toilet paper on fire. The video then cuts off and then pops right back on a couple seconds later with the narrator, whoever that could be, saying, should have paid us enough to effing live, revealing a few more pallets on fire. Quote, we might not get paid enough to effing live, but these bees are dirt cheap, revealing a butane lighter, repeating over and over, all you had to do was pay us enough to effing live. Followed by, there goes your inventory, which turned out to be about $500 million worth of paper products. $650 million if you count the warehouse as well.
I mean, the downside is like Kimberly-Clark's going to get insurance to pay for it. Everyone in Ontario, California is going to get their rates go up. But poors never ask for a lot. We just want to be able to buy our cheeseburgers. Like the rich want a yacht. We poors just want to be able to fill up our tank and go to the beach like for 4th of July.
Well, pin in that. Fun fact, so they're guessing this guy is going to get roughly about 20 years once they, slam dunk this, assuming they got the right guy, which comes out to 7,305 days, according to my math. And if you divide the estimated value of the warehouse and product, $650 million, by those 7,305 days, Paper Mario's ROI comes out to almost $89,000 per day worth of damage he did.
Again, I do not believe this is a slam dunk case by any means. Right now, the Luigi trial, they're dropping a lot of the actual things against him. You know why? Because poor people are starting to wake up and see the light. Like, this guy right here, like, all he wanted to do was just, I don't know, man, give me a $3 raise. Like, when will people understand that when you roll up in a Bugatti to a pizza party for your employees, like, it doesn't, like, translate well.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same effect you're thinking it might.
Like, I got them toppings. Like, what do these mutants want now? Like, we're not asking for Bugattis, but, like, maybe, I don't know, 2 toppings.
I don't know, air conditioning.
Yeah.
So, hold on, just got a text here. Okay. All right. So, now, while we here at JWSP do not condone arson, you're welcome, 6040 Production, this story got a ton of traction from the pure visual of the fire that I'm guessing you could see from effing space. But also a ton of people started actually looking at his complaint. The average warehouse employee makes around $18 an hour, which comes out to, mathing me, about 37 grand, which is fine if you live in who gives a flying F, Oklahoma. But in Ontario, California, it's a little bit pricier to live. So Kimberly-Clark basically won't cover your rent working there. Nevertheless, living expenses. Add in other shady corporate tactics like putting shareholder returns above employee wages. And honestly, I'm kind of shocked this hasn't happened more often. And the fact that Americans seem more interested in the whys and not the what has led to a ton of Luigi Mangione comparisons and this guy's dope new nickname, Paper Mario.
Have you taken a look at where Ontario, California is?
I have.
It's not close to Canada.
No.
Big homies living right outside of Laguna Beach in LA. Like,
yeah, I couldn't verify, but I was listening to a couple different people that are basically like, in order to, like, if your rent is roughly about $3,800 a month, like on the cheaper side in this area, and you're only pulling $37,000 a year, like this is the Walmart thing where like you pay terrible wages and then rely on subsidies from the government, which, spoiler, we just promised to Hungary. Yeah, it's wild. I'm shocked this hasn't happened more and more, but I have a feeling it might.
I'm all for the copycats, allegedly.
So, you got your tinfoil hat on?
All day, baby.
Yeah, good. So, put mine on, heard a fun little theory. If this kind of warehouse fire keeps happening enough times, insurance companies may start determining that businesses that don't pay workers livable wages may become uninsurable. So enjoy those pending terrorism charges, my guy. And as always, free Luigi.
Again, the poors don't want that much. Like, we're not asking for the world. Like, I don't know, man. Can I live in my closet and just enough to pay for a PlayStation Network account? Like, that's all we want. Like, and they're like, no, like, I need to make sure that I have enough wealth for 7 generations down the line. Like, I'm burning your TP supply.
Again, not verified. I also saw somebody pull up some numbers. They're like, Kimberly-Clark could give every one of their like warehouse employees a $20,000 raise and still clear after everything $2 billion a year.
Yeah,
but instead, they're even with insurance money, they're still stuck way back a couple years once they start rebuilding these warehouses.
Well, I mean, that's why I buy all my stuff from Costco. They treat their employees well, they do everything right, and long live the glizzy.
Yes, absolutely. Hot dogs forever.
I'm Alex Midway. We'll see you guys later in the week.
I'm Eric Halsey.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.